Hi, my name is Randy Shirley, and I've been an audio technician or a two-way radio technician, just an electronics technician for about the first 25 years of my working life. Then I went into other things, but I never gave up being a technician. I've always enjoyed working on stuff, and lately I've been working on audio equipment and building audio equipment. What I did was I bought a signal tracer, an Eico 147A signal tracer on eBay. And the reason I bought this, you can see that I have another solid state signal tracer which works wonderfully here. This is the 150. However, the 147 has a feature that this does not have. It has the ability to put 130 some odd volts across the audio part to check for noisy components, and this will not do that, and so this will find noisy components in some cases where this will not. And I used to use one of these on the workbench when I worked at Pacific Stereo, which of course was owned by CBS retail stores for years. I was one of the main technicians there. And these were just wonderful for troubleshooting circuits, and so I thought, well, let's get one that also has the noise feature. Okay, so on any new piece of equipment I buy, I always bring the voltage up slowly. This is my Variac here. Let me get around here. So I'm going to bring the voltage up slowly here and see how it goes. I already have it on, AC on, so let's bring it up. This is our voltage, and I brought it up slowly around 80 or 90 volts, and I noticed the eye tube started to come on a bit, and if we look at our current, we're drawing virtually no current so far. So let's come back over here, going up to the 120 volts, and look at our current. This thing draws almost no current at all. It's about 1/4 of an amp. So let's come back over here. You can see that the eye tube is coming on. See if I can get focus on that. Now I noticed a problem. I first brought this up. I noticed a little problem. Normally, if you turn this all the way up and you touch the RF input, obviously you'll get that. I'm on RF. This is normal. If I go to audio, I still get that sound. So for some reason, I get that on both positions. Let's go to. Let me grab my probe and we'll test on the audio. Okay, I found my audio probe, and I noticed that when I touch this thing should actually go crazy. Should be very, very loud. These things have a ton of gain, but I don't get much there. This is very odd. And it makes no difference if I'm on audio or RF. Let's try one more thing. Let's see if I have voltage when I go to noise. So I put my negative clip here, and that here. We go over to noise. I should show, come on, well, it doesn't want to sit there. Okay, I should show 120 volts or some odd. And I'm just showing a few millivolts, which is basically what happens when I touch it with my hand. So that's just spurious voltage, and it's showing a negative. So I don't get the voltage that I should be getting out of this thing when I go to the noise feature. So we have a problem. So let's take this thing apart and see if we can figure out what's going on. Okay, I have it out of the case, and these things are pretty simple. The camera's going to be moving around a bit since I took it off of the tripod. Your power transformer, a 6x4 rectifier, a 12AX7 tube for amplification, and a 6AQ5 for output. And then of course here's your output transformer for the speaker, and the eye tube over here. Very simple circuit. We're going to turn it upside down and take a look what's on the inside. Okay, you can see how simple this circuit is. The RF input comes in through C1, then you've got a 10 meg resistor to ground going to the grid of the 12AX7. Now, when it is in RF, then that's where your signal comes in, and then it goes through the switch, and then it connects these two circuits, these two triodes together. So you have a lot more gain in RF than you do in AF. In audio frequencies, here's your audio frequency input. It comes down and goes to the switch, and it goes directly to here. And it goes in through a small capacitor. I think it's a 0.025 ceramic disc. And here's your gain control going to the grid. Now this grid is pin number 2. So let's see if we get the kind of sound we should going to that grid. Okay. I'm going to touch the grid like I was showing on the schematic of that second stage of the 12AX7. And that's what I get. I should be getting that from the front panel, but I don't get that. I can turn the volume all the way up, and that's all I get. Get my fat arm out of the way here. That's what I get from the front panel, and with it turned all the way up, this is what I should be getting. So that's what I was looking for before. Now, you know, these things have a lot of gain, and that's what I should have been hearing before when I had it in the case. So we've got a problem with that switch. Now, let's look at something else here. I'm going to go over to noise. Now we have a voltage divider in the cathode of the first 12AX7 stage, and at this point I've got 116.6 volts there. You can see that, and that's showing up here at on the switch. But I'm in noise position, so I should see that in the front panel. But you see that I don't have any of that in the front panel. So there it is, the 117 volts, but it's not making it through the switch as well. Okay, well, it didn't take long to figure out what's going on with this switch. The switch is actually broken. The phenolic is broken, and it just moves back and forth and doesn't make contact. It would be nice if this were a single pole triple throw. It would be very easy to replace with something off of Digi-Key or something like that. But it's not. It's a special switch that does a couple of things. And it's not going to be easily sourced. I'll see if I can source it. Probably I won't be able to. And since I bought this as a working unit, I'm just going to have to send it back. I'll let you know what I find.